Who are you and why are you here?
Yeah, my name is Don Anderson. I am a candidate for Superior Court Judge. I've moved to Lake County actually 49 years ago when I was a junior in high school. Went to Clinic High School. I moved here with my parents and have pretty much stayed here for all my adult life, with some exceptions of going to college in San Jose. The reason I'm running for Superior Court Judge and why I think I'm the best candidate is I have the experience. And the experience is not only in legal experience and the courtroom experience, but I have the life experience that's necessary to make decisions about people, about fact situations, and about sometimes criminal activity and family law activity.
What is your current position in Lake County?
Okay. Right now I am the District Attorney of Lake County. I was elected in 2010 to my first term. Spent 4 years then ran for re-election, got re-elected as DA, and I've been doing that now for almost 8 years.
And so now you feel you're ready to move into another area of law?
I am. And it's not just the DA's office that's prepared me for the judgeship. I started out, my early years I was working as a farm laborer. In my early days, then I got hired as a deputy sheriff with Lake County. I spent 15 years at the sheriff's office. I started off in patrol, moved into major crime investigations, and then into undercover narcotic activities. During my last 4 years at the sheriff's office, I went to law school, going in the evening hours. Sometimes I would come back, I'd work a graveyard shift, and sometimes I would work a day shift. And during the early evening hours, I would commute to Santa Rosa for law school. When I graduated from and passed the bar, I started practicing law on a part-time basis, and at the same time working as a deputy sheriff. That worked for about 6 months, and I got too busy. I had to make a decision. It's either going to be law or law enforcement. And I chose law. I don't know if it was a mistake or a good decision, because I really enjoyed law enforcement. So I started my own sole practitioner law firm in Lakeport. I worked there for 20 years doing that, doing all kinds of different type of law. Very little criminal law, but I did a lot of family law and a lot of civil litigation. Civil litigation also means probate and real estate, contracts, and all of this type of civil stuff. So after 20 years of doing that, I was approached by several people to run for the district attorney's position. At that time, there were some problems in the DA's office stemming from the Denia sailboat case and other problems. So I was reluctant at first, and finally talked into it from my friends and family, and I was elected and enjoyed every bit of it after that. It's so much more rewarding than I ever had anticipated.
You like putting away bad guys?
When it's deserving, I love putting away bad guys, yes.
Okay.
But only when it's deserving.
Okay.
Now, I've done pretty much everything I started to do at the DA's office. I wanted to clean up the department, which I did. I think I modernized it. I bought some modern equipment, like the three-dimensional laser scanner, a FARO system, the video enhancement devices we have. Recently we bought a drone, which is extremely good as far as not only tactical procedures, but for preparing cases for trial. I've enhanced education in our office. As a result of some of that, we have increased our conviction rate by 21% from the time I started office to currently.
And that definitely helps with the backlog in the courts.
It does. We're actually doing a little bit more in the way of trials, but that's the natural progression of the increase in crime. But we're having a better success rate in our jury trials. I started the country's first ever perjury intervention unit, which has been very successful. Very proud of that accomplishment. I have one attorney and one investigator assigned to it, and they have other duties too besides just that. And I think it's made a big difference in perjury. We've prosecuted and convicted approximately 9 or 10 different individuals for perjury and perjury-related cases. We still have some more in the works now. And as I'm told by other attorneys and even some judges, that it's working, that people are not blatantly lying like they had in the past. We still have it because we still prosecute people, but not as bad. As part of our perjury unit, not only do we prosecute, but we educate litigants the reasons why they should not commit perjury.
And do you have any other accomplishments that you're proud of doing?
Well, I have. Basically, it's always just turning the office around and making it into a top-notch district attorney's office. Now, recently, when we talk about accomplishments, I did in 2017 receive the best award I could ever imagine, especially because I used to be an undercover narcotic agency. There's a organization in California called the California Narcotic Officers Association. It's a 7,000 member made of police officers and prosecutors throughout the state. It's probably one of the, it is one of the leading educational, law enforcement educational organizations in the entire country. Well, last year I was elected the Prosecutor of the Year for 2017, and that is based not only what I've done in 2017, but it's a Lifetime Achievement Award. At the ceremony, they had mentioned things I'd done as law enforcement, my work as an undercover narcotic agent. I mentioned how I was involved in a shooting and I got shot as a deputy sheriff, and just the things I've done in the DA's office and in law enforcement. Basically, I was extremely proud of being voted by that 7,000 member organization as the top prosecutor.
Neat. What do you feel are your best qualifications for being the judge?
It's a experience I've had, and it's not only just the experience that you gain, but how the experience affects your life. I think I can look at both sides of the coin. I've defended people, I've prosecuted people, and especially when you defend people and when you work in law enforcement, you deal with them on a daily basis. You get to know them. You get to know not only them, but their situations and the type of lifestyles they have. And not to know them to condemn them, but to know them as how they live and the reasons why they do what they do. So now when a case comes to me in the DA's office, and when elected judge, as I'm on the bench, I can relate to the position people are in. Like myself, I come from a very low income family growing up. We were very poor living in San Jose, and I know what it's like to live in that type of environment. Wish I could say the opposite, where I knew it was like to live as a rich person, but that didn't happen. But you know, so it's a life experience that you get from your experience in law enforcement, but also in the legal community. I've done roughly 1,800 court trials, mainly in family law, some lasting a couple hours, others lasting a couple months. And I've done about 60 jury trials. And those jury trials go anywhere from a drunk driving to the hardest, most difficult one was a homicide case of the murder of a 6-year-old boy in Clear Lake, where we had 2 juries acting at one time. Each defendant had their own jury. It's something that had never been done in Lake County and hasn't been done since then. That was one of my best accomplishments, especially we got a conviction on both defendants, and they were sentenced to over 300 years in prison.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That shook up the whole city, actually the whole county.
It was a horrible, and not only was it horrible, it was senseless.
Yes.
Something that never should have happened.
So you feel that your life experience has brought you to this point where you want to be able to continue on in the law world. Oh, that's a terrible question. I'm going to cut that out.
That's actually a very good summation of what I feel.
Oh, okay, so I can't remember what I said, so you can summate.
Everything I've done in my life has been centered around public service and the administration of justice. I've played both sides of the coin. I know what it's like, and now it's time for me to move on, not only personally for what my life accomplishment would be, but what I can do for the community. I think, and I don't think, I know I can be a fair judge, I can be a just person, and that's all I ask for. That's all I want to be. I don't favor any sides. Just get down to what the law says, what the law has to do.
Okay. Thank you.